spent a lot of time pre-ordination trying to discern what my gifts were, something I found very difficult. But I've realised that wisdom, the wisdom that comes from having lived and experienced the things that life throws at us, is perhaps the most useful gift. This is because it comes from a place of knowing that you can relate and empathise with those around you. Proverbs tells us that fools despise wisdom and instruction, perhaps an indication that wisdom must be able to grow and not stay the same. The beauty of wisdom gained with experience is that we can see our lives in a broader context and discern more clearly how to live those lives well. No longer choosing to worry about things we now just let fall away. But as we gain wisdom, we must find a way of not repeating what we have always done, what has always worked for us, falling into the trap of we do it this way because that's the way we've always done it. I wonder if you have ever caught yourself doing that. I know I have. Things are always changing. Nothing ever stays the same. In a world that is changing so fast it can be hard to adapt. The environmental crisis we are facing is also moving forwards, responding to the lack of care we continue to show God's creation. We must respond by changing how we live our lives to encourage others to do the same. The climate crisis cruelly affects those parts of the world that are least able to cope with the devastation. For example, our own link diocese, Kagera in Tanzania, is facing increasingly growing temperatures, something we can have some sympathy with from the temperatures that we have just had. But our lives are not so dependent on crops for living. Deforestation in that country has impacted the communities. However, projects of replanting trees are helping. We have insulated houses, mostly warm in winter and cool in the summer, supermarkets with a wide choice of ice cubes and lollies, and who doesn't enjoy loitering in the chilled food departments on a hot day? Or perhaps that's just me. We are facing a challenge calling for us to change how we live our lives in order to help others, like our brothers and sisters in Kagera. According to the news, climate catastrophes are increasing and record temperatures have been recorded, creating ideal conditions for devastating wildfires like the ones in France, Spain and Portugal, and floods in other parts of the world at different times of the year, impacting directly on lives, people and families. We are being called upon to use our wisdom to change. No easy feat. But how will we ever be able to reconcile ourselves to the knowledge that if we do nothing, those things which God breathed life into, whose creative skill gave purpose to every living thing, will be gone? There is a saying that to be old and wise first you must be young and foolish. My husband tells me he's wise because of his misspent youth. I couldn't possibly comment. In this age of climate crisis, wisdom has been reversed. The voices of the young people are being wise. They can't understand why we just don't stop. On Sunday, the 24th of July, St Edmundsbury Cathedral is launching its Eco Pledge campaign, asking for you to look with wisdom at the way you live your lives and pledge one thing to make a change. David Attenborough said that there is no question that climate change is happening. The only arguable point is what part humans are playing in it. Making one small change may not seem a lot, but if everyone does it, we can start to progress. We no longer have the luxury of time. The time to act is now.